So we've talked a bit about centralized exchanges. Now we want to dive into decentralized exchanges. Now, a decentralized exchange is vastly different than a centralized exchange. And I'm going to be very upfront with you. It's not anything I would encourage you to use right now. None of these. And you're going to be tempted. The deeper you get into crypto, the deeper you see some of the gain potential of some of the tokens readily available on these decentralized exchanges. Often you're going to be able to get first crack at launch tokens for particular projects you might be interested in. But there are a lot of issues with decentralized exchanges, in my opinion. Number one, they are, to me, they feel and operate in a very insecure way. One of the issues that I see on decentralized exchanges are fake tokens. To give you an example, let's say, let's use Cardano, for example. Let's say Cardano is launching and they're releasing their new token, and they're going to do it on a decentralized exchange first. Well, let's say there's a big FOMO rush and everybody's trying to get these Cardano tokens. It wouldn't take very much for somebody to create an artificial token that does nothing. It just has the same logo, the same name. You can create fake tokens fairly easily. They would obviously not have the same policy ID and the same blockchain data and so forth, but very few people check that stuff when they're using any kind of exchange. And ultimately, you could be spending your Bitcoin or your Ethereum or whatever your primary layer one token is to buy these altcoins and not be any wiser that you're basically buying fake tokens. And because it's a decentralized exchange, there really isn't anybody you can call to get help or to say, hey, I just bought these fake tokens. I want my money back. It doesn't work that way. A decentralized exchange is basically a peer-to-peer. It's like almost like a direct transfer of tokens from one person to another's wallet practically instantly. And it all takes place on the blockchain. So you don't, it's like if a decentralized or if a centralized exchange is more kind of like your bank, where you can go into the bank and they're the middleman between you and a banking transaction, a decentralized exchange is the same methodology between, being able to send value with Bitcoin from point A to point B without the bank. A decentralized exchange is a very similar beast altogether. And the majority of these decentralized exchanges operate using their own token for facilitating these transactions. So that's where you'll see like Uniswap token or PancakeSwap token. They all have these tokens, and oftentimes when a new DEX launches, the value of these tokens goes up quite a bit. Current trading volume right now on Uniswap version 3 is over $1 billion a day, which is pretty significant, and it's up over 25%. There's 800 different tokens available on this decentralized exchange. So, people are using these and using them successfully. But you can also find out that, using some of these exchanges, these decentralized exchanges, when you're making transactions within one of these platforms, you have to basically allow certain permissions and things in your browser wallet. So you have to enable, you have to connect your wallet. Okay. When you do that, you're giving certain permissions for this exchange platform to use your wallet. And then anytime you make a token transaction, little windows pop up. Do you approve this? Do you approve this fee? Do you approve this slippage? This and that. And that stuff can change quite frequently. But you'll notice that it's basically a token swap is ultimately what you're doing. You're not putting in limit orders. You're not saying, oh, well, I'll buy this token for that token when the price reaches X. Doesn't work that way. It's pretty much instant. And it will alert you if the slippage is too high, or you can set your settings to say, oh, I only want like 0.6% slippage. Outside of that, I'll wait. To each their own, but when it comes to decentralized exchanges, personally, I just never trusted them. Especially because a lot of decentralized exchanges, they're launched by anonymous teams. And quite frankly, I think anything can happen. And a lot of these decentralized exchanges are, I don't want to say excluded from regulatory authority, But if the team is anonymous and it's all done on the blockchain and there's nothing leading anyone to developers or teams, who do you go after if an exchange or a decentralized exchange were to go south, become a bad actor, get hacked somehow, something of that nature? So, but at the same time, these decentralized exchanges, they're not custody providers. So you're not storing crypto for the sale. You might allocate a certain amount of crypto for a particular asset that you're looking for. And these decentralized exchanges create the liquidity between you and somebody that's either looking to buy or sell whatever assets are being traded. So, I think they're fruitful and I think they're useful, but not necessarily for me. And I've been in the space since 2017. And primarily what I see a lot of volume that I see on decentralized exchanges are a lot of shady, high yield APY type crap coins and things of that nature. And that's just not my bag either. So you'll learn more about decentralized exchanges over your journey in cryptocurrency. But for me, as yet, I haven't really found any significant reason why I want to play with any of them, but to each their own.